Ladies, this is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in warm-up. All right, bowlers, please hold up on your deliveries. Warm-up has ended. Give us a moment to get the pin setters and scoring system into scoring mode. On the low side, does anyone need their arrows reversed? High side, anybody need your arrows reversed? All right, ladies, the pin setters will cycle themselves into the first ball cycle once it's in scoring mode. When you have a full rack, first ball, arrows up, you're ready to bowl. Good luck and good bowling.
Good morning and welcome to the 2017 USBC Senior Queens Match Play Day 2, the final day here at the 2017 event. By the end of the evening, we will know our 2017 Senior Queens champion. We are at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a 32-lane venue, split house. We are on the high side behind lanes 19 through 22. My name is Aaron Smith with USBC Communications. Good morning and thanks for joining us. A total of 16 players remain in the field, including our defending champion, Robin Romeo, who's won the last 3 Senior Queens. Romeo, however, got knocked to the elimination bracket in the first round. So she's going to have a long way to go if she wants to make it 4 consecutive Senior Queens titles. Our featured matches to start today. On lanes 19 and 20, we have Cheryl Kessler taking on Dawn Leonard. And on 21 and 22, USBC Hall of Famer, the 2012 Senior Queens champion, Anne-Marie Dugan, taking on Inger Bortolazzo out of Santa Barbara, California. Bortolazzo had quite a day yesterday. We mentioned Robin Romeo got knocked out in the first round of match play. Inger had a big 265 in the finale to make a comeback, secure a 677 to 628 victory. She then defeated 2011 champion Paula Vidal in the next round to set up this matchup with another Senior Queens champion in Dugan. Other matches going on this side of the house. We have winners bracket matches only, the elimination bracket going on the other side. Over on 23 and 24, Christy Witcher out of Belfair, Washington, is taking on Edissa Andrade out of Panama. And on 25 and 26, our top qualifier, USBC Hall of Famer and 2-time Senior Queens champion Lucy Sandlin, taking on Ann Sperling out of Byram Township, New Jersey. Two shots, mixing them up back to back for Inger, getting going here. Cheryl able to get that one back from way downtown to deliver the double. I had just gotten the headsets up when we saw that. One of the most awkward hit 710s ever. That was about as high flush as a 710 as you will ever see on lane 20. That was in frame 4. Just bounced back nicely. Same 40-foot pattern that's been used all week out there once again here in Circle Bowl. 40 feet in length, 25.75 mils for the volume using the Kegel Prodigy oil. If you'd like to see a graph and all the information, you can visit bowl.com/Senior Queens. If you click on the information tab, you'll find a link to the oil pattern. So you can see the full graph, get all the information that you'd like. Scores were pretty low throughout qualifying. 15 games over 2 days. Only one player was plus, and that was Sandlin. As we mentioned, she was the top seed overall for the 32-player bracket. Scoring pace has picked up a little bit in match play, with players being able to stay on the same pair. Can see the transition a little bit smoother. So switching pair game to game. That is a stubborn 5-pin. Kessler bounces back after the 4-6-7 in the 8th. Max out at 190. Even though we only have 16 players remaining in the field, that does not mean we don't have a full day here on Bowl TV. These 3-game total pinfall matches will be going throughout the day until we get down to our final 5 competitors for the Stepladder finals, scheduled to begin at 6:30 p.m. Eastern, 5:30 local time here in Baton Rouge. So if you are in town, please feel free to stop on by. Free of charge. Greg Morris signing autographs, our tournament director. Awesome shot to kick off the 10th for Dawn Leonard, 196 max score. And Marie gets that 7-pin to slide off the deck. Looking pretty comfortable here in the early going. Shot 663 on the fresh in her opening round match against Pam Lawrence out of Pflugerville, Texas. Don Leonard in the books at 186. So Cheryl can throw a double here to have a chance to take the lead heading into game 2. Gets the first one. Cheryl had a strong following in the chat yesterday, so let us know who you're rooting for, as well as where you're tuning in from. Always like to see the reach of Bowl TV and the great sport of bowling. Nice 10th frame there for Cheryl Kessler, 189 to 186, holds a 3-pin lead after 1 against Dawn Leonard. Nice cover there from Inger. Good shot to kick off the 10th, but the seven pin does not fall. Miscue there in the 10th. She's going to finish with 166. So Anne-Marie going to have a chance to build an early game 1 lead. 21 and 22, both players missed the opportunity to add a few more pins on. Some single pin misses, but Anne-Marie Dugan holds the 213 to 166 advantage. At 19 and 20, Cheryl Kessler up 189 to 186 after one against Dawn Leonard. In our matches off screen, we have Edissa Andrade up 192 to 182 against Christy Witcher. And Lucy Sandlin up at 200 to 134 against Ann Sperling. Those are our winners of bracket matches, all here on the high side, the 32 lane center. Cheryl making some really good shots today here in the early going. Just found her rhythm. After a few splits early in game one. Nice shot from Dawn. 3 out of 4 to start. Nice shot there from Inger. You can check out bowl.com for yesterday's recap of the opening rounds of match play. Had a chance to sit down and talk to Inger for a little bit. She had actually qualified at 31st, had a really rough last game. She ended up thinking that she had bowled herself out of the cut. And had actually taken her equipment, taken her shoes, took it all out to the car thinking, well, my run here in 2017 is over. Was happy to find out she had held on to one of the 32 spots. Certainly took advantage. Winning her first 2 matches. But now another tough test in Anne-Marie Dugan. Cheryl bounces back after the 7-10 in frame number 4. The head bowling coach at Baker University. Once again, good morning and welcome to everyone joining us here for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. This is your first time tuning into the broadcast. We started with more than 50 of the top players ages 50 and over. After 15 games of qualifying over 2 days, we cut to the top 32 players, including our defending champion, Robin Romeo, who is automatically seeded into the 32-player double elimination match play bracket. Bracket matches 3 games with total pinfall determining who advances, and of course in the double elimination format. If you happen to lose a match, you're not out of it. You get the opportunity to make your way through the elimination bracket. Goal is to make it to the final 5. If you go undefeated on your side of the bracket, you're one of the top 2 players remaining, you're automatically in the stepladder final. You'll have the opportunity to bowl for the number 1 seed and have to win just 1 game to claim the title. The loser of that match, which will be coming up here on Bowl TV at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. Winner gets the 1 seed, loser the number 2 seed. Then the elimination bracket will get down to its final 4 competitors. Once we get there, we will have a 4-player elimination final. So those 4 players will bowl 3 more games, similar to the format throughout. The highest series out of those 4 players will earn the number 3 seed. Second high, 4 seed. Third highest, 5th seed. And the low set out of the 4 will be eliminated in 6th place. The stepladder finals will be 1-game matches, but in the true double elimination format. The number 1 seed would have to lose twice. And that's how we're here. And how we will be when it's all said and done at the end of the day. Champion crowned. $6,000 top prize handed out. Over on 25 and 26, Lucy Sandlin looking pretty comfortable. Had built up a 60 pin plus lead after 1 and has struck on 5 out of her first 6 shots. And Sperling clean so far, but only 1 strike up on the board. Christy Witcher having some troubles over on 23 and 24, was down by 10 to start game number 2. Which is 2 marks through 7 frames. She has a 78 in the 7th. Edissa Andrade, 1 open through 6, working on a double. She'll be up for her 7th frame, looking for 3 in a row. We'll be able to see that on lane 24. You'll get to see the ball track. There it is. There's a nice shot from Bortolazzo. Looking to find some momentum. Gain some steam heading into game 3. No problem, Jared, in the chat. I did pass on your hello yesterday. Mom was happy you were tuning in. Thank you again today. For Dugan, no pins lost. On the gutter. Not sure if she clipped her ankle or just lost that one at the bottom. Was not going to get that one right this time. Pulls it and crosses over. Makes it a spare. Cheryl Kessler is going to increase her lead over Dawn Leonard after 2 games here. She's up by 3 pins after 1. Gonna be more than that. Can max out at 203. Dawn Leonard can throw all 3 in the 10th to be at 177. So an opportunity for Inger to make up some ground here. Dugan running into some issues. Past few shots. Textbook cover there by Dawn. Doesn't lose any count there. Always a tricky little spare, especially on a tough condition like we're facing out here. .391 to .352. The advantage, Shell Kessler over Dawn Leonard with 1 game to go. No problem on that spare for Bortolazzo. Match on 19 and 20, the first to go to game 3. Huh. Cheryl has had some interesting carry to kick off her day. If you want to scroll back and see something wacky, you got to watch the 4th frame of game 1 in that match. Where Cheryl left the most flush 7-10 I've ever seen. She misses at the spare to kick things off. Up 39 in the match. Just enough of that 3-pin. Mix him up, Dawn Leonard. Christy Witcher. Continue to find some struggles. Adding a few more splits in the 8th and the 9th frame. She's gonna have a pretty big deficit to make up against Edissa Andrade. Edissa 200 in game 2. She's at 392. Witcher can strike on her fill ball to get to 113. Was already down 10 in the match. Hits like that just mean after struggling to find the right look for a few shots there. High flush 7. And Marie Dugan can get to 170 with the spare and strike. Inger Bortolazzo can punch out for 192. It's down 47 to start the match. .392 to 294. Edissa Andrade ahead of Christy Witcher over on 23 and 24. Looks like a big game from Lucy Sandelin, 244. All right, an update on our winners bracket matches. We just got to see the conclusion of game 2 for Anne-Marie Dugan and Inger Bortolazzo. 180 for Bortolazzo. Dugan at 159, so Anne-Marie still up by 26, 372 to 346 with one game to go. As we mentioned, Edissa Andrade 392 to 294 advantage over Christy Witcher. And Lucy Sandlin, our top overall seed, is up 444 to 299 over Ann Sperling. So there's the update on our three matches from 21 on down, 19 and 20. A little bit ahead of pace. Shell Kessler was up at 390 with 352. Leonard gets out quickly with the front four, but chops the 3-6. These are 3-game total pinfall matches. Winners here edge one step closer to earning a spot on this or in the stepladder finals. Would have to win just one more match to guarantee that. Looking ahead to those next round of matches, the winner of Sandlin and Sperling will take on the winner of Andrade and Witcher. The other side of the bracket would be the winners of our two feature matches. Kessler and Leonard, winner there, will take on the winner of Dugan and Bortolazzo. For those players in the elimination bracket, if they win their opening round match, still have 2 more wins to go before they get to that 4-player elimination final. As we mentioned, our 3-time defending champion, Robin Romeo, the USBC and PWBA Hall of Famer, still in the field. In the elimination bracket, lost her opening round match to Bortolazzo. She won her first 2 matches in the elimination bracket, including yesterday's final round against fellow Hall of Famer Tish Johnson. A matchup we've had the opportunity to see in the last 3 title matches. Romeo once again found a way to take home the title. Or take home the win, I should say. Still a long way to go for the title here, but Don Leonard getting lined up here in game number 3, 7 out of 8. Was down 39 pins. So we'll see if Cheryl Kessler can put some pressure on her here. 8th and 9th frame. Kessler still has max of 210. It's going to be a pretty good shot right there. All 10 back. Don Leonard's going to have the opportunity to go up in the 9th and 10th and win this match. Make the comeback. Six pins the difference here on 21 and 22. Advantage Dugan. Both players pretty even through the first 3 frames. Miscue on the single pin from Dawn Leonard. Now at 203 in the 9th. She would have to get to 218 to shut out Cheryl. So, mark and good count. We'll send Dawn Leonard of Virginia Beach, Virginia, to the semifinals. That shot left the target. So needs to make this, otherwise Cheryl Kessler will have the opportunity to throw a few strikes here in the 10th. Sneak away with a victory. Back-to-back opens, 212. 564. So Kessler will need a double. 173 would be a tie, 174 would be a win, anything less. And Leonard will advance. So must strike situation. She's gonna stop everything up there. It's gonna have to hold. Does so. Can Cheryl get one more? Looks pretty good. She's going to have a chance to get up the hill. Carries. Will now just need 6 pins. To take this win. So Cheryl Kessler has done the hard part, thrown the 2 strikes. Needs 6 pins here. That's going to be more than 6. All 3 in the 10th. Big time performance for a 569-564 victory. And we'll make it to the semifinals here at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. Dawn Leonard is going to move to the elimination bracket. So all the Shell Kessler fans in the chat room can breathe a sigh of relief. Lucy Sandlin has it on cruise control, is going to advance against Ann Sperling. Anne Marie, after having some struggles there into game 2, into game 3, connects for 3 in a row. Edissa Andrade is going to send Christy Witcher to the elimination bracket. Just a matter of final score there. Has already gotten enough pins to shut Christy out. Four in a row for Anne-Marie Dugan, the 15-time PWBA champion and Hall of Famer, edging closer and closer to another win. Looks like Robin Romeo defeated Karen Barkle in her opening round in the elimination bracket, so Romeo keeping those title hopes alive. Once again, no player has won 4 Senior Queens titles. Romeo and Sandy Postma, the only players to capture 3 titles. Lucy Sandlin would have the opportunity to make it 3 Senior Queens titles as well. She moves to the semifinals of the winners bracket. Here's a nice shot from Inger. Going to need to find some momentum here. She's going to head into the elimination bracket. Looks like Penny Fenneman defeated Cindy Sutherland. Oh, that's the way you want to do it. Just head pin does not connect. .159 gives Bortolazzo 5:05. Looks like a 5:81-4:87 victory for Adissa Andrade over Christy Witcher. So she'll move to the semifinals. Just a matter of final score here. Anne-Marie Dugan is going to collect the W. So 575, 505. Anne-Marie Dugan, the winner. So that's, I believe that's going to do it for this round. All other matches appear to be in the books. A little too hard to read some of the scoreboards from here, but we'll run out real quick and see if we can get some updates for you in our elimination bracket matches. So hold tight, 1 quick sec. All right. We already mentioned Robin Romeo eliminating Karen Barkle. Penny Fetterman recording a win as well. To move on to the next round, we had Judy LaRue eliminate Susan Condiff. And Char Hamill defeated Beth Owen Chipolowski. So we are down to 12 here at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We're going to have a brief intermission here. We're going to leave the cameras up for this round. Maybe some slight adjustments depending on where matches are this upcoming round. So everyone hang tight. We'll be back with the sound down, all the excitement, in about hopefully about 35 minutes for start of practice. Bowling for score at 10. So big thanks to everyone for tuning in. Once again, not starting a new event. Going to leave the cameras running here on Bowl TV. So thanks for stopping by for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens, taking place at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm Aaron Smith. We'll be back with the next round of matches. Once again, practice in about 35 minutes. Camera staying on, so that's what we're doing. So hang tight. We'll be back on Bowl TV. Thanks again.
right, super senior ladies, your lanes are coming on for 10 minutes of warm-up. Senior Queens ladies, this is your 2-minute warning. 2 minutes in the warm-up. All right, Senior Queens ladies, please hold up on your warm-up. No more deliveries. Are there any of you preparing to compete who need your arrows reversed? All right, ladies, pin setters will automatically cycle to the first ball when you have a full set of pins and your arrows are up. Good luck and good bowling.
Welcome back to Bowl TV for continued coverage of the 2017 United States Bowling Congress Senior Queens taking place at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. We appreciate everybody sticking around. And now we're back to the good stuff. We are in the next round of elimination brackets here on our featured pairs, lanes 19 through 22. We also have our semifinals for our winners bracket going on as well. Those are a few lanes over. 26, 27, or 25, 26, 27, and 28 are those pairs. Total of 12 players left in the field. Bracket started with 32. Bracket is updated online. If you want to find that, we have a link in the description below the video. Or you can visit bowl.com/Senior Queens to find everything you need to know about this great event. Joining us on 19 and 20, 2010 Senior Queens champion Shar Hamill is taking on Inger Bortolazzo. We saw Inger last match in the winner's bracket. She ended up falling to Hall of Famer and 2012 champion Anne-Marie Dugan. '21 and 22 features hometown favorite Judy LaRue taking on Christy Witcher out of Belfair, Washington. Christy also was in the winner's bracket last round. She ended up losing to Edissa Andrade. So she now has to make her trek through the elimination bracket. LaRue won her opening match today against Susan Condiff to keep her tournament hopes alive. Having some fun out here this week. Our other matches going on at the moment on 23 and 24. We have Penny Fenneman and Ann Sperling. The final elimination match. Way down on 29 and 30. Robin Romeo, three-time defending champion here at the Senior Queens, taking on Dawn Leonard, who we saw in a close match earlier today. Winner's bracket against Cheryl Kessler. Came down to the 10th. Cheryl delivered all three of them to sneak by with a 569, 564 victory. Then our winners of bracket matches, Kessler taking on Anne-Marie Dugan, and Lucy Sandlin, the top overall seed, two-time Senior Queens champion, taking on Edissa Andrade. Once again, format not changing just yet. 3-game matches with total pinfall determining the winner. The lanes were reconditioned during the break, with the 40-foot pattern being implemented this week. You can find that graph online on the official Senior Queens page. Christie makes a run at it. Just slides by the 2. Nice cover there for Ann Sperling. Taking care of the 4-9. Going on behind us, we talked a little bit about it yesterday. An extra opportunity for some of the competitors in the field. The top 8 super seniors who missed out on the cut to match play. Usually there's a prize fund available. But usually it's just handed it out to the top super seniors. We decided to make it a little different. Get a little more bowling involved. So they're actually having a tiny bracket of their own on the low end of this 32 lane split center. Directly behind us here. Question in the chat from Judy. First off, thanks for tuning in. Thanks to everybody for tuning in. Quite a few games involved to make it to this point. Opening day, 2 blocks of qualifying, 10 games total. Day number 2, the final 5 games of qualifying. So 15 total qualifying games. Then if you make it to match play, it's going to be at least 6 more matches, even if you, or 6 more games, even if you lose your first 2 matches. But for instance, looking at the bracket, for the folks who are still alive in the winner's bracket, they've bowled 1, 2, 3. This is their 4th match, so that'll be 12 games on top of the 15 of qualifying. So 27 when they concluded this set in the past 3 days. And you can look at Robin Romeo, who lost her opening match. She has won her last 1, 2, 3. Now this is the 4th match, so she's got an extra 3 games in there. So you're going to get your games in. So with the double elimination match play bracket, no one and dones. Get the opportunity to keep your tournament hopes alive. A few opens in the early going for Shar. She had one of the best 3-game sets that we've seen all week. Last night in that second elimination round. Just very consistent, making a lot of great shots. You look at the final score, I think she won with 632, I believe, but that was with the pins not cooperating. Made a lot of quality shots to stay in the field and win her opening match against Beth Owen Chipolowski to find herself in the top 12. Pretty good shot there from Christie. 7-pin doesn't cooperate. Baton Rouge has been a great host to many events here just in the past month and a half or so. The Raising Cane's River Center, built out in 8 weeks, transformed into a 44-lane custom venue used primarily for the USBC Women's Championships, which is ongoing at the moment. Had a few collegiate events in April prior to the start of that. We just finished up with the USBC Queens. And now about 15 minutes away from the River Center. We are here at the Senior Queens. Nice shot there from Inger. Sending everything at the 7-pin. All right, we'll do our best to keep you updated on scores throughout other matches. Robin Romeo up 224 to 177 against Dawn Leonard. That is an elimination match. Some struggles for Anne-Marie Dugan in her match against Cheryl Kessler. Kessler, an opportunity to throw a few strikes here in the 9th and the 10th, put some distance here in the early going. Inger with the double at the 8th and the 9th. Spare here, and she will she technically already has a lead after one, but I'd like to add to that lead against Char Hamill. No problem on the 2-pin. Strikes few and far between here on 21 and 22. Spare shooting at a premium, and textbook cover of the bucket. Char delivers a strike on the fill to get to 159. 5-pin advantage for Christy Witcher starting game number 2. Not a high scoring affair, but close match regardless. 190 to 159, Inger Bortolazzo ahead of Shar Hamill. And Sperling in the books at 199, going to hold the lead over Penny Fetterman. We already mentioned Robin Romeo up 224 to 177 against Dawn Leonard. Those are all of our elimination matches. Fetterman, her fill ball. 9 count gets her to 146, so Sperling up 199, 146. In our winners bracket matches, Cheryl Kessler up 195 to 141 over Anne-Marie Dugan. Lucy Sandlin, a 7-pin advantage over Edissa Andrade, 190 to 183. So across the board, pretty low scoring. Romeo posting the only 200 plus game, 224. Great shot there from Shar. Kicking out that 10 late. We are in game 2 of 3 for these double elimination bracket matches at the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We are at Circle Bowl in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Big thanks to everyone for joining us throughout the week. We appreciate your continued support. A big thanks as well to our gold industry partners, Columbia 300, Hammer, Kegel, and Storm. For all the cool things they do to help support, build a future for the sport. Witcher, 2 in a row. Gets the hard 3 there. Back-to-back opens. Trip of 2 for Char Hamill to make it 3 in a row. Right-hander's best friend, trip 2. Talked a little bit about Inger Bortolazzo last round. Got a story up about yesterday's recap. Got a chance to talk to Inger for a little bit. Had a rough final game of qualifying. Actually thought she bowled herself out of the cut for match play. Held on to the 31st spot. Then from there went on to beat 2 former Senior Queens champions. Won the defending. Defeated Robin Romeo in the opening round of match play yesterday. Followed it up with a win over 2011 champ Paula Vidal. She faced the 2012 champion last round in Anne-Marie Dugan. Although she fell to the elimination bracket, that match against Dugan, she got an opportunity to bowl one more Senior Queens champion in Char Hamill. So I believe the only past champion in the field that she hasn't had the chance to bowl in match play is Lucy Sandlin. Lucy, the top overall seed, still in the winner's bracket. The only way they would have faced each other was if both of them got to the 1-2 match. That'll be coming up next year on Bowl TV. 1:30 p.m. Eastern. We will have that match for you. And then as soon as that match is done, give or take about 20 minutes, we will have the 4-player final elimination match. We need to come up with a cool name for that at some point. Get a cool official title for that match. We see it here, we see it at the Queens, Masters, Senior Masters. Let 4 players go in. Final 4 in the elimination bracket. Bowl 3 games We already know the top 2 seeds at that point for the stepladder. The highest series from that group earns the number 3 seed. Second highest, the 4th seed. Third highest, the 5th seed. And whoever has the low set out of those 4 players will be eliminated in 6th place. Christy Witcher has increased her 5-pin advantage by quite a bit here, finding that 4-bagger here in the early going of game 2. Delivers a great shot in the 7th. Question from Eric. I would say the lanes are facing away from each other. We are currently looking at the high end of the house, 17 through 32. If we took this main camera, this one I'm going to shake at the moment. And if we turned it around 180 degrees, we would be looking at lanes 11 through 14. As far as the characteristics, obviously each lane has its own individual footprint. A better question for the players competing this week, for their experiences. All right, we have one match already ready to go into game number 3. Robin Romeo and Dawn Leonard down on 29 and 30. Romeo, the 3-time defending champion, up 418 to 356 looking to make it another round here in the elimination bracket. Tough break there for Witcher, leaving the 4-9. It's come really close to getting 2 of those splits. Just missed the 210 in game 1. Made a run at that 4-9, just missed it. But has built up a lead on the power of a 4-bagger. And has gotten lined up since that rough start. Both players did not strike a bunch in game 1. A few splits up there as well. 138 to 133 between Witcher and LaRue. Hamill making some nice adjustments on 19 and 20. It's down by 31 after game 1. But has made up the difference and built a 30-pin lead of her own here. All right, I hope everyone was behaving themselves. Well, just running and tracking some scores for you. In our featured matches, on 19 and 20, Char Hamill has flipped the lead. Now up 29 pins over Inger Bortolazzo, 387 to 358 heading into game 3. On 21 and 22, Christy Witcher up 329 to 277 over Judy LaRue. Over on 23 and 24, another elimination match. Ann Sperling up 398 to 360 over Penny Fenneman. And as we already mentioned, our final elimination match going on at the moment. Robin Romeo up 418 to 356 over Dawn Leonard. Our two winners at bracket matches. Pretty close. Lucy Sandlin holds a 21 pin advantage over Adissa Andrade, 407 to 386. And Cheryl Kessler gave some pins back in her match against Anne-Marie Dugan. That match now 338 to 330. So there's the update through 2, all matches in 3. So now we know the math. Let's see what happens. Looks like Lucy Sandlin got off to a strong start in game 3. Looks like she started with 3 strikes in a row. Can't lose a lead if you keep striking. Kessler and Dugan both opened in the first frame. So that match now even, or even through 1. Kessler with the 8-pin lead.
strike and all his hats. Yeah, I did. Yeah. They didn't score her strike. Yeah. And then my ball didn't come back. I'm happy I made it where I am, but it's not over. I finally got it straight, and then my ball got stuck. They had to get it. I get another one, and it's staying stuck. I texted my sister. I said, maybe that's an omen. Maybe I should just let them keep it. Cindy said they can hear us talking. Nadine said hi. Okay, I'd like to say hello to my family in Texas. Thank y'all for watching. Wait a second.
All right. A brief intermission. Thanks to the staff here at Circle Bowl for doing what they do to address such situations. As we get back to bowling, we have some updates from matches on the other end of the high side. Robin Romeo was nearly run down by Don Leonard, but Romeo held on for a 589 to 569 victory. Leonard, stepping up first in the 10th, actually had a chance to throw all three in the 10th to win by a single pin. But she missed on her first opportunity, leaving a 10 pin. Lucy Sandlin involved in a strike fest with Edessa Andrade. Each competitor firing strike after strike after strike. But Edessa was not going to have enough in the end to keep her run in the winner's bracket going. So she is going to head to that final four-player elimination round. Sandlin going to have her spot in the stepladder. Had the chance to finish off the 10th frame with 279. She got the first strike at least, maybe the second one too. Judy LaRue getting some pins to fall now. Barn burner going on between Cheryl Kessler and Anne-Marie Dugan. Dugan had rolled a double to take the lead, but just 8-10 in the 8th frame. So we might walk over there in a minute or two when they get to the 10th frame, see if we can get the details. matches here, 19 through 24, kind of slowed down a little bit for that ball return, so moving a little bit quicker on the high end. And Sperling and Penny Fetterman bowling on 23 and 24, and with a 398 to 360 lead, heading into the final game. They're just in the 5th right now, so they will be the last ones done. I'm going to take a quick walk over to 25 and 26, take a look at that scoreboard as they get ready for 9th and 10th. All right, here's the update on the Kessler-Dugan match. Cheryl delivered a strike in the 9th, a strike at the first shot of the 10th, and then just left a 10-pin. If she covers it, she'll be at 170. She was up by 8 pins. Anne-Marie Dugan, she does cover, so that is 170. For 508. Anne-Marie Dugan, 139 in the 8th frame, spare in the 9th. She goes strike, spare. That'd be enough to win by 1. Gets the strike on the first shot. So needs to fill 10 in her next 2 shots. Otherwise, we could have the possibility of a tie if all my math is correct. Certainly suspect. This is over on 25 and 26. You'll actually see you can see 26. She's made the shot. That looked like all 10 back. It is. That's going to be a winner. Anne-Marie Dugan edging out Shell Kessler. So her and Lucy Sandlin have their spots. In the Stepladder finals, they will bowl for the #1 seed. Coming up next here on Bowl TV, scheduled start time 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 local time. Here in Baton Rouge. 10th frames underway here in our featured pairs. Char Hamill is going to advance. Gonna be a great run though for Inger Bortolazzo. There we go. She's gonna finish with a 5:27. Quite an experience though, catching 4 Senior Queens champions in the bracket. Finishing in the top 12. Char, bit of a slow start in this match, 159. But found it afterwards. 228 last game. Chance to get to 206. Witcher finishes with 191, but that will be, despite the opens at the end, going to be enough to move on to the next round. Judy LaRue's run coming to a close, but she's going to have a nice story. Share about a nice performance here in the Pelican State from Louisiana. So a 582, 527 victory, Char Hamill over Inger Bortolazzo. .520 will be enough for Christy Witcher to take the W. That concludes a great run. Judy LaRue. All right, one match going on. We'll see about moving the cameras around here in just a second. So everybody hang tight, we'll bump the cameras. All right, that was Ann Sperling. 10th frame opening, 137. Which gives her 535. I think she's gonna have just enough here. Penny Fetterman can get to 187 with all 3 in the 10th. Actually, it might not be enough. This has a, everything I'm seeing here is correct. We actually have a shot at a tie here. Spoke it too soon. First things first, Penny needs the spare. Gets it. So if Penny strikes on this shot, we would be all tied up at 535 apiece. Sperling opened in the 10th. Must strike situation. It's going to fall just short, leaves the 2-7, 535 to 533, and Sperling holding on despite the open in the 10th frame. So that's going to conclude this round of coverage.
All right, bowling fans, that concludes this round of Senior Queens racket play. The startup begin at 12:30, and Lucy Sandlin and Anne-Marie Dugan will square off to determine who has the #1 seed going into our stepladder final. The other match will feature the 4 remaining contenders. The winners of those 2 matches will move on to a match featuring 4 players who take 3 spots in the stepladder finals. All that action begins at 12:30 right here at Circle Bowl.
All right, if you didn't hear Tournament Director Greg Moore, we'll recap it. We're now down to 8 players total. Lucy Sandlin and Anne-Marie Dugan guaranteed spots in the stepladder finals. They're going to bowl for the #1 seed coming up at 1:30 p.m. Eastern, 12:30 local time here in Baton Rouge at Circle Bowl. We'll have 2 other matches going on before we get to our Final 4 match to determine the next 3 competitors in the stepladder. So that's going to do it for now. Big thanks to everyone for joining us here on Bowl TV for the 2017 USBC Senior Queens. We'll be back in a little more than an hour for the next round. Lucy Sandlin, Anne-Marie Dugan, Hall of Famers, past champions, already in the stepladder. So that's going to do it for us. On behalf of the staff here at Circle Bowl, as well as USBC, Greg Moore and Kathy Watka. I'm Aaron Smith. That's going to do it for now. We'll see you soon here on Bowl TV for another exciting round of the 2017 Senior Queens. Thanks for stopping by.